Dario, thanks for letting us come into your house and do this interview. You're a hero in Tromaville, and you've been a friend of ours for a long time, and we're very grateful to you. And at any rate, let me begin the interview, if it's okay with you.
Of course.
Tell us a little bit about the Stendhal Syndrome.
The soul of this thriller is the art. Sometimes art is deadly. When the masterpiece of art are more great, profound, it's much more dangerous for some people. We have a sickness, particularly sickness up in the famous museum of, especially in Europe. The name of sickness is the Stendhal Syndrome. Stendhal because the famous French writer. In Florence, when he was in front of famous masterpiece of Giotto, he becomes sick. He was the first person eaten by this syndrome. Every day I was in Florence too, and I see every day around 6-7 persons are eaten by this sickness. Sometimes split personality, or people don't recognize himself, or lost memory. We have the famous hospital of Florence. We have 2 rooms just for this sickness. Sometimes the big painter are wonderful, sometimes it's not good for your health. And then this is the story I start for this film.
Dario, did you ever experience the Stendhal Syndrome?
I thinking maybe when I was very young with my family, I was for the first time in Athens, and I visited the Parthenon. It was an unforgettable experience. I remember I was like crazy.
A question I get all the time from American journalists, and at Cannes, I was just at the Cannes Film Festival, is people constantly asking me, do I believe that Troma movies inspire people to commit crimes or to commit murder? Your movie, Stendhal Syndrome, deals a little bit with that subject. What's your opinion about your movies? Do you think your movies might lead people to commit crimes or violence?
I stimulate the criminals. No, this is crazy persons. Criminals stimulates me. No, I'm not stimulate criminal. Absolutely not. This is something people crazy think the cinema stimulate the criminals. Maybe news stimulate criminals. Not the film. Film is fantasy, and people know this is fantasy, and the actors don't die because the actors are happy, and the blood is not blood, it's a chemical, it's something from Max Factor, Hollywood. All is fake, and we know that. The film is dream or nightmares, if you want.
Of course, you are a major hero in Tromaville, but Rossellini, with all due respect to you, Dario, is a god. What can you tell us a bit about Mr. Rossellini?
I remember when I was child, was in Italy, was like a pope of the Italian movies. Everybody know him for the film with Anna Magnani. For me, because he was the director of the St. Francis, for me is one of the biggest films on the history. I met him just one time, many years ago, in Paris, in the hotel. He was speaking with a man. I say, "This is the master, Rossellini." I say, "I'm Dario Argento. I'm a young director. I just finished my second film." He say, "Okay, good luck." Is this was very fine person and friendly with the young people, young directors.
You and your daughter Asia have worked together before, but since you used her in the first film, Asia has become an international star. Has that changed your relationship with her as a father? Has it changed your relationship with her in terms of working with her?
No, absolutely not. We are friend like before. I don't think I think she actress good, but I don't think she a star. Star also is something no good for a good actor. Star means also stupid, no party and newspaper and scandal, everything. No, I don't think she is this way.
I have daughters, and I don't know if I could direct one of my daughters in a rape scene or in a scene where she is being brutally beaten. How was it for you to be directing your own daughter, your beautiful daughter, in a rape scene or in a scene where she's being beaten up? What it must have been very difficult for you, Dario.
No, it was very difficult for us, for me and for her. I don't like to remember very well because when was there and she's naked and she must do acting and the girls raped by men and I remember the morning was very, both are nervous because nudity and my daughter, she cry me, but at the end they say we are films, I'm director, you actress. Okay, we must to forget these things. We are father and daughter, and we forget for 3 days and. The end was very happy. The last scene, rape scene. Great. Last nudity, wonderful, Asia.
You know, clearly you're a world-class director. Your films are very successful, and you're one of the greats of our era. Would you ever want to do a big-time Hollywood movie? Is that of any interest to you?
No, I don't want. I like to follow my career. I don't want to work with this system. I don't like this system, the agent and the lawyer and too many ties, too many wires. No, I don't like this.
You and I have certainly had our movies changed in different countries, and even in America, Troma movies have been disemboweled. What is your opinion on how your movies have been presented in the United States?
But sometimes I'm not happy because the distributor cut a lot of scene of my films, minutes. I remember my film Opera, distributed by the Orion, was cut I think around 18 minutes. It's it's butchery, it's very disgusting. I'm furious of this. This is one in my career, the pain.
Well, from that point of view, the good news is that Troma will only distribute Stendhal Syndrome in the director's cut, and so your vision will survive.
Oh, Lloyd, thank you very much.
The bad news, unfortunately, is that we have very little money, so we cannot give Stendhal Syndrome the kind of theatrical distribution campaign that the major companies can do. However, the movie will open in New York and LA and the major markets, and it will open as you want it to.
Okay, I try to support you on the movie, on the theater, because I like it.
It's really an obscenity. It's symptomatic of the obscenity that is the film industry, that a world-class director and a masterpiece like Stendhal Syndrome is not given the support of a $20 million advertising campaign.
But they spend lots of money, but they cut your films and they change the editing, and I'm not so satisfied. I like much more to work with you, with the Troma. People are not so much money, but he loves movie. He loves the work. He have a respect for the authors, for the directors, for the film. I met you many years ago. I remember you and your associate and all Troma people in Tromaville. The atmosphere was very different from the other companies. People are enthusiastic, people work, people go out because we have, I remember you have films shooting and people come from these films like a feast, like holidays, laughing, happy. I say, this is what's happening. We become suddenly friends, I remember.
There are so many young people today who want to make movies, and it's so difficult for them. They come to Troma for advice often, and part of the purpose of this interview is to give young people an educational tool and also some advice. What's your advice for young people today who want to make movies?
Advice, it's to the usual advice, to see 1,000 films, and this is the base, the carpet. Read book about films and discuss with your friends about films. And this is the university. The university is this. Go on the theater and watch films.
Head to talkintroma.com for more Troma history. Also available wherever you listen.